Hi everyone, thank you for joining us. Hi Vikas. Vikas,
Um,
as some of you may know, is the CEO of the company and he's going to present.
we can get started and others will trickle in. Thank you for joining us today. And we basically wanted to talk about a couple of things. What difference an AI tool can make. And AI is everywhere these days. And it just in our mind, it's just a start. Next 2, 3, 5 years is going to bring tremendous amount of change. A little bit about me. I mean, I'm an engineer by training, and I work in strategy consulting company. I've managed P&L and operations, but social causes drove me towards starting my own company, Virtual Analytics. And one of the key problems that we wanted to solve was what we can do to really help solve the student debt, which is almost $2 trillion now. So, and I'll come back to that a little bit later, but, the product that we're going to talk about is called Top 5 Colleges. That's designed for college-bound students and families or anyone who's enabling or helping that student. And the intent being, if they take the right choice, if they have their top 5 colleges in shortlisted colleges, which are financially fit, they will have a right or they will have a proper or more proper output or outcome upon their graduation from the college. Financial fit is very, very important. It's very critical. So, college selection is a life-changing decision. We compare before buying laptops, houses, or car. Why don't we choose a college without? Why we should choose a college without comparing the real cost, right? So that was the intent behind building this tool. It was a complex problem because there's a lot of data, and we wanted to build a predictive analytical model which can provide accurate information to the students and families at the time of application, not at the time of receiving awards. So majority of the students drop out because of financial pressure or not making the right choice. And the cost of wrong choice is significant, $3.8 billion in lost earnings as reported by the government data, educationdata.org. A third of the college freshmen drop out before their sophomore year. So now AI is everywhere. AI is in higher education. It's being used for standardized testing, preparation using AI. It is used for assistance with college application essays. It is used for interview preparations, etc. And we are utilizing it for selecting the best fit college, financial fit, I should say. Now, best fit could be of multiple kinds, right? Social fit. You're looking into the campus environment, student body. You're looking into locations, demographics, academic fit. Equally important is a financial fit, right? Students should find colleges that fit their budget, not the other way around. Now, why don't we know the real cost? It's not as simple as it seems, or it should be, because this process is very complex. There are layers of cost and there are 70, 80 buckets at times within a college through which an award can be attributed or provided to a student. Lack of training, high school students do not have that right training, how to determine what is that financial out-of-pocket cost. There's lack of standardization across universities, 4 year versus 2 years, different states, private versus public, right? There's so much information, then housing, and then your cost of attendance, and the different kind of scholarships that you might be eligible for. It's difficult to compare, lack of tools, it's very tedious, and that is the main reason why many families skip this. They apply for colleges, not understanding how much they will receive in scholarships, and when they receive award letters, sometimes they think, what if I had this information earlier? I could have applied to some other universities. Not knowing the real cost may lead to dropping out of college. We have seen that. Lowering earning potential, increased student loan debt. It changes your entire lifespan, right? On graduation. So until now, no tool existed that compared the real cost. And I'm going to stop this video here, but you can see this is an idea that how long does it take to finish one NPC and then go to another one, then go to another one, and so on and so forth. So imagine you have 20 NPCs or 20 financial aid pages of different universities. You have to go through each one of them, costing you time and money and resources, right? Top 5 can convert all this into something like this, right? So I'm going fast because I would like to share the demonstration with you, the product demo. But the power of AI, with power of AI, you can compare net price calculators across different universities and colleges, find merit-based amounts, need-based. You can find the affinity scholarships available at each college, You can look into federal and state grants. You can look at in-state and out-state out-of-pocket. You can toggle between residencies and see how it will impact my out-of-pocket cost. We've already updated EFC to SAI calculators. There are additional budget calculators that you can then, interact with through discuss with families and set up their budgets. Also, last but not the least, award letter analysis, because award letters can also be very confusing. So we have a tool inbuilt here where you can just upload award letters and provides you real-time information on the award letters. A good team, very passionate about the success of the students. Our efforts have been recognized. We partner with leading US institutions, as well as, we have early adopters, schools, counselors, school districts, etc. So with that, I'm going to take a pause. Answer any questions that you may have. If not, I would like to jump to the product demo. Okay. All right, let me dive right in. Again, well, can make this very interactive. Feel free to interject or ask any questions during this process. What I'm going to share now is a version 1.0. We are already working on 2.0, which we'll share with you on a follow-up call. The tool is very robust, very strong, and we are seeing we are constantly updating these, so you have more real-time information. And we have. So let me take you through the tool. So tool, you log in, and the process for counselors is that they will just set up a student. Once the student has been set up, the student can come in and complete initial part of the data, and then basically counselor can sit down with the student and go through the colleges. So it starts by filling out your personal details. I have that completed, pre-filled here, so that we can, we don't have to do it here, and we can move through quickly. Age, status, all this information is useful in determining what are your dependencies. There is a full-blown SAI calculator, intelligent enough that it will only ask you the right questions, so it is effective and concise. If a student wants, definitely they can take through the SAI. That will provide the most accurate representation of their financial need. If they do not have that, they can also quickly, either they have SAI value, they can enter that, or they can provide just the AGI. Did you or your family file taxes? They can provide a value, or if they did not, they can provide a value here, right? So, and that gets quickly computed. So let's assume that we have a high need student. Next, some contact details varies, right? Location, pretty self-explanatory. High school, which we have mapped all the high schools. Desired field of study, what you're planning to study, your ACT GPA. If a student has not taken a standardized test yet, they can provide an estimated value. We are working on a feature where the ACT, SAT scores are not required, but then the number of colleges that a student can choose from will also be limited, because it will only show colleges which do not take ACT or SAT into consideration for computing their merit scholarships. And that's it. So once a student completes this, or you help a student complete this information, you come to this page, and this is where the magic happens. So I'm going to clear all. You set your filters. So it's like it's pretty addictive as well. That's what we've heard from families and students, that one, they are able to get together and go through this process within the family and find the right colleges. They start from one state and then they look at others. Minnesota, Wisconsin has reciprocity, so you can just toggle very quickly and switch on the reciprocity. You can compute your budget. We have a very elaborate tool for helping families determine their budget, and I'm happy to share that in that tool with you during a follow-up conversation. But let's say the student has a budget of $34,500. Right? You can compute it here as well. Let's compute it. So let's do this very quick and easy. So let's say a student has around, the family has around $24,000, $6,000 annually, and then they have roughly, let's say, they have set aside $1,000, right? They plan to take the $5,500 at this point in time, right? So this could be a lower bound. They can come back and have an upper bound as well, and you can search, okay, what are the colleges in your lower bound or upper bound, and you can go back and forth. They are open to both public and private university selection, right? So elite colleges, high acceptance rate, you can choose, you can set, okay, if you're interested in 4 years, HBCU, non-HBCUs. So you already have a list of your colleges, which have been for this particular student, starting from the least lowest cost. University of Morris seems like will be the lowest cost. Callister, because it's for the needy student, high merit. So looks like they would get some good scholarships, merit as well as need based, right? And then you also have, some middle, and then some colleges where you'll be right at your budget. Right? Now the advantage here is that once you've set these budget filters, you can always review, sit down with your students and discuss each one of these colleges, or take a preliminary uh, take at this and determine which are the right fits for your student. Your experience and information awareness is extremely critical. They're only providing the financial fit, but you personally will bring a lot more information for the student about each one of these universities. But now you don't have to go to each and every university and compute what that package award, tentative award would be. You can just utilize this tool. What I did is I just added few universities here, and let's say you're also thinking, can I add Boston College or Boston University, because that could be a good fit for my student here as well, right? So you can quickly add from here. Residency, let's say University of Minnesota Morris, if it's off campus with family, it does change your overall cost attendance structure, pricing structure. You can do that. At the time you have award letters, you can upload award letters and compare. So we won't go into that process today, but just wanted to highlight that. CSS profiles can be incorporated. Affinity questions, where if there's additional scholarship based on the affinities, we've added that here as well for your purposes, so you can incorporate those as well. And that's it. Once you hit save and proceed, you have all these universities. You can quickly see what your approximate out-of-pocket costs are. What are the total scholarships? You have filters where you can arrange by cost, by grant, alphabetically, etc. You can select here to flag these into read, target, safety. So there's a lot of information here. You can click on each one of these colleges, you'll get more information. You want to see more details on each one of those universities, you can come here. You can look at the cost of attendance breakdown. You can look into the total scholarships, institutional. We also provide you with information on if the GPA was higher, if the or lower, if the ACT was higher, lower, right? Additional funding that a student might have received. So for these colleges, the student is right at the top, 32 to 36, right? So if they were thinking St. Kate's or University of St. Thomas, doesn't make a big financial difference for them. If they already have 32 ACT, there's no need to take it again, right? So there are a few things that they can pick up from here, from the data points. Federal, state aid, to quickly determine what your out-of-pocket costs are. And this is a number most of the students and families are interested in. And we are seeing $300 to $500 variability. Some colleges could be around 500 to 700, but for the most part, we're pretty spot on, pretty accurate in our predictive analytics model, because there's a lot of things which are going on. And this data is created, mapped at each and every cost node. So every student is different from each other, right? So we are able to accurately predict at every student level. It does not take into account any affinity scholarships such as athletic based, right? If you are the best basketball player and you're getting some additional scholarship, they will not be incorporated here. You can see comparison metrics, acceptance rate, etc., ROI for across different universities, desired field of study, and there's more information that is coming through. You can click on a university, you can find information on that university, you can see when was that university updated. So this University of Minnesota Morris is as recent as September 19th of last year, so just 4-5 months back, right? So that this is that information, and so there's you always have that information. You can click on a toggle and you can switch between multiple universities. You can see how Boston College would be, and you can see what the scholarships will be available for Boston College and so on, so forth, right? Okay. So any feedback, any thoughts, any initial, you know, your tell me a little bit more about your need, requirements, what you're looking at. I'm sure you're working with some junior students at this point in time. I would also like to, sometimes there is some confusion regarding what is a website. So top5colleges.us. It's not .com, it's .us. So top5college.us. You can find a lot of information on this website. It also has a sign up and get started. So, explore this website, spend some time. There's a trial version, use it with your students and families. Reach out to us. We are here to help you and, make this process as smooth as possible for you. And give it a try and let us know. And reach out to Jatin and the team here if you have any questions on the, how can you get started. Thank you so much for joining in and dialing in today.